Okay. Welcome on the table with Fabina. Tonight, I have got a very special guest. She's from Italy. She's very special for me. She means a lot for me. And it's Gerarda. Gerarda, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Fabina. Nice to meet you here. It's a pleasure for me, and thanks for having me invited in this podcast. It's very useful and interesting because, it's very important to let people understand many things behind the scenes relevant to massage and to championships.
Okay.
So, my name is Gerarda Cirulli Koley, coming from Italy, and I'm a massage therapist and even a therapist, osteopath, chiropractor, operating here in Italy and worldwide relevant to championships. I'm an athlete and I do many championships all around the world and working here in Italy, not with my own studio, but as a freelance
Mhm.
in some medical studios as an osteopath and a chiropractor, while as a massage therapist only for private VIP people. So, as you can understand, working with VI people, it's a very particular job since you are not working with common people. So, with all that is related to privacy and the fact of not being so much exposed outside, and so I've decided to, we can say, to do this just only because here in Italy, the work of massage is something that we have with many good operators, but the problem is that the marketing and the market of massage is very used and abused sometimes, and so I needed to find a niche where to put myself in order to be much more competitive and I can say particular independent.
So why you choose for massage? Because you have
So
another.
this is a very long story that comes not so long, but it was 2010. I've always been an athlete in other sports, in swimming and after in athletics.
Mhm.
In fact, till now, I have my third best time in 10,000 kilometers in running in Italy for my age. But then something happened in my life. That is to say, after having my my trophy for this big achievement that I had an important accident with my car. My car crashed because of an accident that I was only stopped with my car, and abruptly a car came to me in front of me, and because of this accident I got problems related to the balance of my hip. And at the very beginning, I didn't understand this very well. And I continued in running and doing all my trainings as always. But after 5 kilometers, I understood that I had always pain on my knees. And after many visits, many controls, they told me that my problem was unfortunately due to this accident. So you can imagine, Fabina, how it was difficult for me, when you come into the mind of an athlete that every day is doing something for not only for him or herself related to the body, but even for for her or his mind. Because for me, running was everything. Was a sort of thing that gave me the opportunity of staying with myself alone, thinking about everything and without having other people with me, And so after this accident, everything for me was destroyed completely because I had to stop. So I had, going to the hills, like going to the hill of a mountain, on the top of the mountain, and then you crash and you go down uh, so fast without even understanding what happened. And so thinking about this and about the fact that as an athlete, so I had the possibility of being massaged by the personal trainers that were in our team. And I thought about even the sensation of beneath and the wellness in itself. I decided to try in order to do exactly what I felt before when I was okay with my sport. And so I've decided to try to give beneath to people exactly like the beneath that I received from those people. So it was like a joke, I started like a joke doing things like that, studying. I had many courses. I've studied 3 years. I was very interested in energy, so I approached myself to the Chinese medicine. So I did for 3 years Chinese medicine. Then this was not enough for me because something that belongs to me is curiosity. And so I wanted even to improve this. And so naturally, I went to another kind of culture, that's the Ayurvedic one. So I've studied even Indian medicine, so herbs and techniques, treatments, and all procedures used by Indians. And so everything about this and many years of studying, because then I even decided to study as a beautician, other 3 years of academy as a beautician, because, for me, wellness was 360 degrees. It's not only, it's not only related to, we can say, to massage or to treatments, but even to beauty treatments, everything that is related to cosmetics, to naturopathy, everything, dermatology. This helped me a lot in approaching myself before having even massage or giving a massage to my customers, because I was able to understand if the skin, for instance, of a customer was reacting the right way with a special oil or with essentials, etc., etc. So, everything according to this gave me a 360 degrees of knowledge relevant to my, you can say, preparation, educational preparation. But then I discovered that was, when you have a person who is very curious, this person won't stop. That is to say, is always seeking for something different. So the good thing was for me to understand if I could even add something much more therapeutic or medical one. So I started with the osteopathy, and then doing many other courses with as a chiropractor. So now I can say that I did many things, but everything that I did was useful and is useful for my job, and gives me much more the understanding of how complicated is this job. Not only being a therapist, but even being only a massage therapist, because you can say that here we have a big difference. Because I don't know in your country, Fabina, but here in Italy, you can't say you are a massage therapist. You have to say you are a masseur or a masseuse, which is different, because a masseur and a masseuse is not involved in medical treatments, while a therapist for us is a physiotherapist, is an osteopath, it could be a doctor, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So someone involved into the sanitary world, you know. So this is very important, because if you think about this, you can think even about how you treat people and the help that you can give and the relief that you can give to the persons that come to you and they give trust in you.
Yeah, I have similar story.
Yeah.
I played high level volleyball, and then suddenly, yes, I fell deep. So also mentally, it's a lot of processing.
Yeah, of
Suddenly, there is
course.
nothing anymore because I was unable to do anything anymore.
Mm-mm.
So I have both knees too. So it was, yeah, it was very, very difficult. So, but even then,
So you can understand me.
yeah, I can really understand you. Yeah. So also mentally, it's really, you have to climb, and if you have to do that alone, it's a heavy job.
Psychologically, I was quite near to get into depression, because, you know, when you, as an athlete, you are used to have your own routine every day, doing training by yourself, looking at your body that gives you the strength even to afford the day that you're facing. Because, of course, I was working, but the first thought in my day was the fact that at 5 o'clock I was outside running for 2 hours and then back, and then having a shower, and then just a little breakfast, and then going to work. So if you consider this routine and then you stop it abruptly, you can understand, even from a psychological point of view, how heavy it was this for me.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Mm-mm.
So, you're saying you're in Italy. Is there a special place in Italy that you work?
Yes, I'm working. Actually, from my origins are from the north of Italy. I'm talking about Milan. Is a big city in the north of Italy, very popular and known because of the as an economic center in Europe, we can say. But then, when I married my husband, he's from US. We moved to Rome after many tours, we can say, from Europe to US. We moved to Rome because of his job. So I've improved everything here in Rome about my professionalism. So now I'm working here in Rome, of course.
Right, you work in Rome. Okay. And you were talking about championships.
Mhm.
What made you the decision to go over there and participate? Because it's also very special. Because here in Belgium, if I said I'm judge the world in the championship all over the world, that we see each other and we meet each other, then they say a championship about massage, huh?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
it's really weird.
Yes, of course, because it's always the reply that I receive every time that I say to my customers, I won't be here for that period because I will go to a championship as a participant or as a judge. Yes, I can say this to you because I am still now I'm a participant, so I'm still doing and competing in championships, and I'm even a judge. So
So you have the both ways.
yes, I
Maybe
have
we can
both.
talk
Yes,
about it because some people think, okay, I'm participant. What do you feel if you go and it's your time to do it?
you know, according to what I've achieved during these years, because we are talking about now 15 years in
Mhm.
this field. I can say to you that many times when I speak with people, they say to me, "Why you're still competing? Why are you still doing all this stuff when now you can do everything backstage? No, being only a judge." And so now breathing more than being in a hurry and thinking about preparing, training yourself. You know what? It's important for me. You know, when I told you before that my experience now comes from the fact that I was an athlete. It's impossible in my mind to don't consider the fact of being, a participant. This is important for me because I can say to you, it's the remaining part of as an athlete that I am. And the other side, being a judge, is the part of Gerarda now, that is to say, the mature one, the person that has got many experiences in her life, is able to understand many things about this job, but without thinking of removing this
Can you
beautiful.
repeat it? Because my internet was a little bit, yes, was
Okay.
unstable. So it was a Gerarda from now.
Yeah. From now, Gerarda, from now is we can say, the mature part of this job. The fact of being acknowledged about everything in this job, and the possibility even of understanding and improving the job of other people, because I'm even a teacher of massage. I have my own students. I work with them, and I see in them the same passion that I had at the very beginning when I was hungry about this job, hungry about knowing everything about this job. So I can tell you, Fabina, that I won't lose, of course, the possibility of competing in championships, even in the future, because for me it's very important to do this for myself. And on the other side, I can tell you that even being a judge is very important for me, because it reflects me, even the fact that I can say where I am arrived till now. That is to say, how many skills I have, and how I am, so how good I am in understanding even people doing categories, because during a championship we got categories. So
Yes.
these categories are, we can say, the specializations of massage that each participant has. And it's important that in each category, for instance, sport massage, wellness massage, therapeutic massage, you got all the skills as a judge in order to understand if an operator, and in this case a participant, is able to give exactly what the receiver needs in that very moment.
Yeah. That's true. But as participant, you are going to compete, and you have all
Yes,
those
as a
judges.
I can say to you that as a participant, I have competed in many championships. Actually, I have competed. The last one was in Sarajevo for
We
the
don't know
world.
to do. Don't need to know the names. It's
Okay.
enough. Just that you're talking about championship. It's okay.
Yes. Okay. So, but
But
you
no,
know,
but I want to know, Gerarda, that what do you feel?
yeah.
It's, for example, it's a sport massage, or it is therapeutic, or it's Thai, and or it's wellness, and you need to be there and do your. What happens? What do you feel at that moment?
Uh, so I can tell you that every time that I participate in a competition is something that gives me adrenaline, you can say. And it's important for me to go there not only to to see my level, to see where I am, but absolutely to even to see the work of other people there in order to improve, because I don't think that I am arrived. I think always to learn something from other people, and to share even the opportunity of talking with other participants from all around the world. So my feelings and my sensations, of course, are very open.
Uh-huh.
I love to stay among people. I love to hug people, to talk with them, even to share their we can say their emotions, because it's important, when you don't win or you lose a point, it's always related to emotions, the fact of being happy and then crying. Our job puts us in a very particular situation, because we are not touching only bodies, but we are touching even souls and emotions of people. And the fact of even perceiving these emotions with the other colleagues helps you a lot in order to understand the people that you will treat in the future, because the emotions that comes exactly the moment after a particular
Demonstration,
situation.
let us call it demonstration.
Yes, they are very strong, and so you have to be able to manage this
Okay.
kind of emotions.
So then we have the finals, and you have participative finals, and you go on stage. Can
Yeah.
you say something about that? Because of course, as an athlete, you have the adrenaline that you have told that before. You're standing on stage waiting for the results. What
Yeah.
happens then?
Okay, so the adrenaline, I'm talking about me.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course you're talking about you.
Yeah, because
Nobody else knows
no,
better you.
because I know that sometimes when you got adrenaline, it's much more stressing to be on on the stage, as you said, and so then you can feel your heart that is bumping, pop, 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 pop. But it's not like that for me. That is to say, when I have adrenaline till the moment before they call me to go on the stage. But then when I'm on the stage, I'm completely calm. I think about what I did, and I always think about hearing my name at the very at the very end, because I would like to be at the first position. But anyway,
But
it's a big emotion.
and what happens if you're number one and you stand in the middle? How does it feel?
Many times that happened to me, because I was number one in many other situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always thought about how will be for me to be number one. You see many people on the podium, the first number one, and then they start crying, and they start, crying without saying nothing at all. They're not able to. They go down because they go on their knees, crying a lot. No, not for me, because every time that I was number one, I was only laughing and hugging people next to me, the second position, the third position, always with a big smile without crying. And most probably this is related to the serenity that I have in the very moment when I come on the stage, before stepping to the podium. So for me, it's very positive, and very yes, positive, I can say to you.
So it happens then afterwards that you have that you're off the
No,
stage? No,
no,
because
never.
for me, with me is that at that moment I'm very calm, I'm serene, but after that I realize what has happened,
Mm-hmm.
then the emotions goes.
No, for me, not. Absolutely. I can control everything about this, because, something that I didn't say to you, it's part of my life. I do 3 time meditation during the day. And this helps me a lot in order to reconnect myself to the reality. So many times when I feel stressed, when I feel disappointed, I take inspiration from the meditation and I rebalance, uh, my soul, and my energy is completely flat in that very moment. But not because I don't have energy or because I'm without emotions, only because I've understood how to manage my emotions. After many years, it was not like that at the
15
very
years
beginning.
ago.
Yeah, because 15 years ago it was bad. I can tell you, Fabina, that after that accident, when I was very near to the depression, I had many years of psychological therapy. And you can understand how it was useful for me in that very moment. So, psychological therapy helped me a lot in order to come to this. So I had to face even other big problems, because this happened in 2010. In 2017, my father died. After 3 years, my mother died during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really stressful, and I don't know how I have been able to, with a family, with kids, with a husband, and facing a very strong moment. My parents were in Milan, so many hours from far from Rome, so it was not possible, in that very people in period to go by train or by car, because we were completely locked down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So my mother was dying. I had to take a big decision even in that very moment. So I decided to go to Milan and to stay with her. Interrupting all my contacts with my family, and I stayed for 3 months alone with my mother, so leaving my kids here in Rome, my husband. So it was very difficult, and all these experiences have given to me the strength, even to, I can say, you strength, I don't know if you have another word, Fabina, to call
Maybe I
this.
think a little bit power, because you're going more in
Yeah.
your power, because challenges make you stronger. How deeper you go, how stronger you
Mhm. Yeah, and the problem, not a problem. After this, it was much more simpler for me to manage emotions and to find the right way how to rebalance even emotions in stressing periods, and going to the stage where you're cold, or going on the podium as the first one or the second one or the third one is, it's a stressing moment, right? Because your emotion
Yeah.
gets over. So, and the fact of have been educated in controlling emotions, and through the meditation, has been very important for me.
Yeah, but I can tell you that, or I think we can tell now, after what happens before Sarajevo, you had a surgeon.
Yeah.
How long before? 15?
Only 15 days before
Okay.
Sarajevo, I had a very important surgery, and against everything and everyone, because absolutely everyone, because three doctors said to me that it was unbelievable to go. It was only for a mad to go and competing in a championship using my body. Only after 15 days where I was very next to death, because I got a problem that gave me no more chances of not being operated. That is to say, I needed to come to a surgery immediately. I was intoxicated with sepsis, so it was really something unbelievable. And only after 15 days, I was on in a championship, doing everything like before. without thinking that I had three big scars on my abdomen. So a mad woman, you can say. And even doctors that I had on the phone every day saying to me, please be careful, don't use your abdominals, don't do this, don't stress your all the things. So, but this is the spirit of an athlete. You, when you know your body, when you feel your body, you are able to feel your body. If you are an athlete on on a sort of level, we can say,
Mm-hmm.
because I was in a very high level athlete in running, you're able to understand your tipping point. That is to
Mm-hmm.
say, the point exactly where you can come through and then stop yourself after that point. And when I was there, I thought that I could do all the things that I did. And when I thought that it was too much, I stopped myself. So even this, as you said, Fabina, it was a very big, we can say,
It was a challenge for you
yes, a
and your
challenge
body
for,
also. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I know it, I knew it, but I don't know if any other judge realized what you had.
Most probably not all the judges knew this about myself. Many judges knew this because this happened to me. This situation, unfortunately, happened to me in another championship when I
Okay.
was in Greece. And so many of them were participating as judges in this competition, so they were acknowledged about my situation. But
Okay.
all the other judges, you know, the new ones, the ones that were from the Bosnian country, were not
Mm-hmm.
aware, acknowledged about this. So most probably they didn't realize how my situation was exactly. But you knew this, Fabina, because you knew everything from the beginning.
Yes, I knew. So, but I saw you and I was so surprised that even you you did things that I thought, okay, this is maybe just a little bit. And even then, your face was so concentrated. So yes, you were standing there and doing your what you has in mind. It was
Yeah,
amazing. So
I had my routine in my mind completely clear. But what was not clear for me was the fact that my question was always in my mind, how shall I realize that technique without pushing on my abdomen? So I had to use my legs. So I can tell you that after 2 days using only legs, the power of legs and the power of the gluteus, I had so much pain on my legs and gluteus. You can imagine it was something like I had squats for 1 month, but it was not for 1 month, but for 2 days of stress on my legs and gluteus. This only because I had to to put the power of the balance not on my abdomen but only on my legs. So it was even stressful even with this because it's not so simple to understand this.
mm,
If you
and
consider, no, if you consider,
yeah,
it's not so simple to understand.
normally we work with our feeling and it goes like you feel and you do. And now you
Mhm.
have to think if I feel only feel, yes, I hurt myself. So you
Yeah,
have to constantly thinking, okay, if I do this, what is happening? How do my body react? How do I, yeah. So you're a little bit more stressed as does everybody else, of course.
yeah, but anyway, you know, this was, as you said before, challenging for me. So it was something that gave me the opportunity of feeling for the first time my body after many years, Fabina, because the last time was after that accident that interrupted
Mhm.
my athletic career, you know? And it's
Okay.
such like how do you say to rebirth after after a death, no? Because it's like a chimera. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
Resurrection?
Yes, resurrection. Chimera is this animal that comes from the, as you said, this resurrection after being death. Then it renews itself through itself. It's
Like the
important.
phoenix. The phoenix
Yeah,
is the same.
phoenix, chimera is the same.
Okay.
And most probably after 15 days, 15 years, so sorry, it was my possibility, my chance of taking for me something that I lost 15 years ago, most probably.
There's something with 15 with you.
Yeah, always 15. So I have to 15, that 15 is 5 plus 1, so it's number 6. I was born in 76. My daughters are born in June, which is number 6, in 2006. And my little daughter is born 2016. So always number 6. So number 6 is always present in my life.
Okay. So is there anything you can say to the people who are watching or listening? Some advice? If people says, okay, I'm hesitating, shall I start with treatment, giving treatments, or should I go to
Yeah.
the...
So this is important, Fabina. I would like to underline most probably some points. The first point, for people who wants to have this kind of job, so being a masseur, a masseuse, or a therapist, the first thing they have to consider, it's not a joke. We are touching bodies of people. And so it's important to know everything about bodies. So I'm talking about studying anatomy, studying physiology, studying dermatology, being aware about everything that is related to bodies. It's important because people that receive massage from us they give their bodies to us in order to to manage their bodies in the better way. They trust in us. We can't be wrong in doing things because have not studied, we have no conceptions relevant to their bodies and to the anatomy. So the first thing, studying, is the most important thing, to study. The second one is passion. This job can be do only with passion. And if you think about doing this job only for money, you're wrong. Because if you do it thanks to the passion that you have in yourself and in this job, you can even afford everything related to stress, to fatigue, in the good way, because we work with our bodies and not only with the bodies of our receivers, of our customers. And so for that reason, we have to take care about us. And this means having a good diet, so good food, a good nutrition. So taking care about our bodies means even doing train ourselves, not as an athlete, but doing things for ourselves, but for our bodies. This is important. It was the first thing that my first master said to me. It was, think that you, even if you are a therapist, you absolutely need to go and to have a training for yourself, for your body. It's important because your body needs to be trained, because you have to face fatigue, staying many hours up, standing up, and giving massage to people is not something that it's for everyone. So the other thing that I can say, so after passion, after taking care about ourselves, our bodies, so our minds, trust in yourself, and don't. And if you are just a little bit passionate in championships, try not considering only that you go there because you want to win, but because you want to learn and to make relationships. Relationships are very important in our job. Above all, when you go outside from your country, the good thing and important thing is to share your techniques, your opinions, your thoughts with people from other countries. And this is very important because this gives you the opportunity of improving yourself, but even to understand people in the right way. We are different from cultures, we are not always the same. But it's important even to share and to try to put ourselves in this big world with many people, different people, and it's a good thing for us.
But we constantly learn, even
Yeah.
as judge, you learn, you share, you evolve. It's also important that you evolve. If you stay, okay, I'm the god of goddess and I know everything, yeah, go home. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's really it's you have constantly you meet other people from everywhere, but we learn constantly. Even you think, okay, oh, but that technique, maybe I have also, you can park things, and when you need it, you say, you use it unconsciously. Up, you use it. Did you practice? I didn't practice. I only saw it, and maybe because I have a client who has back problem, lower back problems. Okay, if I do this, yeah, I can help him more than, or I combine it. It's constantly, and also when you see things and you can exchange. I do this. It's I think you also do that.
Yes, of course. It's important what you said. It's
Okay.
something that gives us the opportunity of improving ourselves, not only from a professional point of view, but above all, as from a human point of view.
Yeah.
The fact of sharing even our thoughts with people that come from another completely different culture, it's important because you can understand everyone in that way. If you stay in your little corner, your little country, doing your things and that's it, you want to improve before as a professionist, and then humanly talking, it's impossible. So for me, it's important even to go outside as a judge, just only to learn and to understand how in these countries massage is understood, is loved. And this gives the opportunity even to improve yourself when you come back in your country, doing things that, for instance, you have never thought to do in that way, but then seeing this in that country, most probably it's something effective that
Mhm.
it's good even for your job.
I was going. I remember it. You were talking, and I was thinking, you know what? All the people who are in front of you, who I had a podcast with,
Yeah.
all say the same things. Hugs.
Yeah,
It
hugs important.
that yeah, if we are together, we are not constantly, but we hug a lot.
Yes,
And it's
and
allowed, it's we touch, but there is nothing, we touch, and it is normal that we touch. We hug,
it's
and
important
it's
to touch.
normal
It's
because
important to touch ourselves in this kind of life, where virtual is. We are now doing a virtual conversation, no? So we have lost uh, the touch, the fact of hugging ourselves, feeling the bodies. It's like an antithesis. We touch the bodies of people in a world where the touch is completely lost.
Yeah.
Can you imagine this? And when we find the opportunity of approaching another body, not only for massaging another body, but for perceiving sensations and emotions, we stay hugged for 1 minute. How was the last time that you hugged someone next to you in your family? It's very, sometimes I think about this and I realize that I hug much more outside from my house than in my house. Think about this.
Yeah, it's reality, I guess.
Yeah,
So
because yeah, it's reality, yes. But this is even the result of our society, Fabina. It's not up to us because I remember very well when I was younger and all these
mhm,
mobiles were not so used than now, that
yeah,
I had more hugs from my parents, from my family, from my brother, and now everything has been missed.
it's also that you are on the table and what are they all doing?
Yeah,
Communicate. I always laugh and I said, are you communicating with each other during the cell phone?
yeah,
I was looking if somebody had any questions, but there's nobody, if there's some about our conversation. So,
okay.
yeah, but I always laugh with that. Also, yeah, it was, yeah, so I also in Sarajevo, I saw there people sitting in front of each other and
Mm,
they only were using their cell phone. And I said, "Oh, okay, are you communicating to each other?" And they look at me like a strange woman. But
mhm.
it's how it is. And if we are on a championship, what do we do? As judge, your cell phone, I put my cell phone gone. It's always I lose it somewhere. No, I put it in my pocket. And I have always my camera with me if I'm not judging.
Yes,
But for the rest, it's important also have a communication. And
yes, of
and
course.
and sometimes you put your hand even enough. It's your hand on the shoulder, or also the connection.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with you. Absolutely.
And this is what we really miss in the world
Yeah,
of this artificial intelligence
yeah,
and all
of
that things.
course.
It will be worse if we.
So let's keep ourselves next to humanity because it's
Yeah.
important.
Okay. Gerarda, I want to thank you. I also want to thank the listeners and
Thank
watchers.
you to you, Fabina. It
Um,
was really a pleasure for me to be with you because you're a very professional, not only in this kind of situation, but I can say that Fabina is a very professional photographer. So go to my my social media pages and look to the beautiful pictures that she did for me, and not only for me, but I can thank her for what she did for me, for everything.
you're welcome. That's also a passion of me, you know that.
Yes, this passion, as everyone, has a meaning and a characteristic, and you are exactly like in your pictures and the photos that you do. You are in black and white, but beautiful.
Thank you very much. I would say, yes, to the listeners, within 2 weeks, I have another guest. It will be a guest from that I had in Sarajevo, and I had several, so I will publish something about it. And then, even then, you can say if you have some questions, just ask, and me or today it will be Gerarda will look at YouTube and see if there are questions and answer that.
Yeah.
So see you within 2 weeks. Bye bye. And
Bye.
Gerarda, thank you.